I'm Kiwi Ninamori, and this weekend I'm going to Galaxycon Raleigh. I am with my friend May Conju and my little sis Alley Cat, and we are heading down to the con floor. Today is Thursday, and they have a runway cosplay contest that I'm going to try and enter Luna. So let's see how this turns out. Alright, I'm at the Thursday night runway contest, and I'm here with my friend Toma2004 on Instagram, and she is cosplaying as Sakura from Tsubasa Chronicles. Let's get up close and see this cosplay. Alright, so we are in line waiting for the show to start, and there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, there's probably, I don't know, what, 80?
Like, we were not in this corner last year.
No.
Like, there is...
The only free wall is the stage.
Yeah, and I think we only have about 10 minutes before the show starts. So this room is going to get packed, and it's already really hot because it is burning outside in the middle of the summer.
And I'm in 5 layers.
5 layers. I chose an easier cosplay where I wasn't going to burn to death, so I'm going to take the smart point for this one.
Poor life choices. I make a lot of them.
Alright, so we're going to walk up on stage, and I'll show you some clips from that.
Hi, what's your name and what are you dressed as?
I'm Michelle, and I'm dressed as Sakura from Tsubasa, and I made every layer of this costume, and all of the flames are actually hand-painted.
Oh, wow! Excellent! Well, please, give us a pose and show us what you got! Nice, thank you! Hey, what's your name and what are you dressed as?
I'm Kiwi, and I'm cosplaying as Luna from the Sailor Moon movie.
Oh, very nice! Got a pose for us? Nice, thank you!
We finished up the runway contest. There's lots of really cool cosplays that showed up and the wonderful winners. I got some videos, clips, and then we went to check out the improv show by Pineapple Shaped Lamps. I love them. They're like the highlight of my con experience at Galaxycon every year, so lots of good laughs. And now we are going to change out of cosplay and start food. We have our wonderful chef, who is out of cosplay.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean change out? And we are going to change out of cosplay.
So we're gonna eat, and thankfully the Residence Inn has a full working kitchen, so we don't have to worry about paying for expensive con food all weekend. So we'll get dinner ready, and then we'll probably hit back at the con for later panels. Day 2 of the con, we're getting a shaky start. One of my friend's daughters is fully dressed into the cosplay, but all of the tacks for Nezuko's kimono are not done, so we're doing it on the spot while she is wearing it. You have to make sure all of the threads are gone, otherwise your cosplay is not floor ready. You will no longer trip on your cosplay. Yay! Woo! Alright, I just did a quick cosplay fix, and now we are starting day 2 of the con. We are going down in Witch Hat Altier. I'm Quifre, and she is Tetia. So we're going to check out the dealer's room and see what merch we can find. really pretty.
Yeah. Detail looks like it.
Yes, this has happened.
It was girl. Why was there bacon in the soup?
I made it myself. Father, I made it myself.
Yes. Except yesterday I would go, Ricky, why was there bacon in the soup? He goes, I did it myself, Father.
Father.
Father, I did it
Father.
myself.
Father, I made it myself.
Yes. Fetch me some tea.
Look at what I've done just for you, Father.
I salted a pig, Father.
I assaulted the pig.
As a quick recap from Friday, it was pretty nice. There's more people than there was for Thursday, and we walked around the dealer's room a lot, and just enjoyed some panels. I was really surprised by how many people actually recognize us cosplaying from Witch Hat, because it's just a manga and not an anime yet, and it's only got 10 volumes, but there were so many people who were just like, are you cosplaying from Witch Hat, or being super excited, or saying just how cute we were, because I think, if not, we look like little gnomes walking around the con. So that was really fun. So our next group cosplay, we will be doing our Hal and Sophie on Sunday. Saturday is as my contest outfit, Tin Kujo from Idolish 7. So it's gonna be an interesting rest of the weekend. Alright, day 3. We spent the morning checking out the dealer's room out of cosplay. Now I'm on my way to judging for the contest. And the line to get into the con is ridiculous, so we shall see if I make it on time. Pretty chill day. We're just gonna check out some panels and we'll probably hit the road after the masquerade. After the con, we have turned this into a clown car and we have squished all inside. There is no space. Somehow we're gonna make it home alive.
Literally had to take my shoe off.
to fit your
to
foot
fit
in
my
the
foot in
spot.
across my foot. Yeah.
And everything else is in the trunk. We're bringing a bigger car next year. I'm back from Galaxycon and I had a really great time. I always love going to this con because it's local, so I get to see a lot of friends and even meet some new faces every year. It was really crowded this year. It's usually a really big con, but this year it seemed exceptionally big. Like, it became very obvious that this convention has outgrown the center that it's in, and they might need to consider a different venue for next year. I know that Galaxycon has a sister con that they've started up that's going to be in January, so that may try to alleviate some of the crowd that builds up in May and in July, but we shall see, because I feel like next year is going to continue to grow. The lines were ridiculous all con. It seemed like the staff had some trouble managing the lines a lot. There was a lot of panels that I went to, and they were just people waiting around or blocking entranceways, trying to form lines, and it would be a while before the staff showed up to try to do anything about that. And some panels even started really late because panels were running over, which caused the lines to build up even more. They even put the artist alley in upstairs this year, having it in the main vendors hall at the bottom of the convention center. And while it seems good in theory to separate the two because there's so many vendors, it was kind of in the wrong spot. There was no space to walk around in the artist alley, and I feel really bad for the artists because everyone's trying to push through or just beeline for wherever they want to go, that they aren't really taking the time to look at all the art and all the things that the artists have made. I feel like maybe that kind of hinders business if people are in a rush or feel crowded. So some people probably didn't even go in the artist alley because they didn't know about the change, or they don't like tight spaces, because even I was feeling really clustered in there and I could not stand it. So I was shopping quicker than I normally would, not taking the time to look at every little thing at all the booths. So I did get to pick up a few things while I was at the con, not as much as I normally would, because it is a rather expensive con. The pricing has constantly gone up, and they're always finding new ways to charge people more for things at this con. But I managed to get a couple of items. So I bought this bag, drawstring bag. It is Invader Zim. They did have the voice actors for Zim and Gur at the con, which I got some clips of, and I'm like really excited because I love them so much. That is my childhood, and it was so much fun to get to hear them speak in their voices and see them interact. They also, Zim does voice Moxie in Hell of a Boss, which is another one of my favorite shows, so it's just great to see him in general. I wish I would have had enough money afterwards to get a signature by him, but like all of the guests were charging a whole bunch for their autographs. So maybe next time, hopefully at a smaller con, they might have the pricing down a bit more. Also, I got some bookmarks. So I have Angel Dust and Alistair. So yes, I cannot wait for this to become an actual show and not just a YouTube project. It just, hopefully within the next year would be great because I love them so much. I also picked up this cute little charm at one of the artist booths. So this is one of Haikyuu, and so it's like made off like the traditional charms from Japan, and for this one is for certain victory. Which is great because I know this team is just like, yes, we're all about that win and like teamwork and stuff. So I think it'd really be cool if this could grant me some luck in the competitions coming up. And it's just such a bright color. It's really happy. So I'm going to tie it around probably my bags and keep it with me sometimes That would be kind of fun. And I know they had all sorts of different charms for different things, like happiness and success and wealth. So I may go back and get some more if I see this artist again. And then I also got stationery because I love cute things, and so it's gridded. I'm using this to practice my kanji because I haven't really been practicing much of my Japanese since I got out of college, and I'm like, I don't want that knowledge to leave me since I bothered to take all the way up to advanced Japanese classes and I don't have anyone to practice with. I feel like watching anime doesn't do enough of the practice, so I really have to get back to writing and reading my Japanese. So hopefully the grid paper will work, and being super cute might encourage me to actually use the paper because I don't want it to just sit on my shelf. I have a whole bunch of unused journals that are just there to look pretty. And I feel like that is my weakness, is pretty stationery. But I really did enjoy the con, and it's great to always see old friends. I mean, the contests were nicely run. Thankfully they didn't start an hour late like they did last year because they were overcrowded and the fire marshal wouldn't let the con like go through with the masquerade. This year I feel like only the late night cosplay contest was an hour late because another panelist went over, so that was no fun waiting in that line. But I was just going to support my friend Homa in the contest. I was really happy that she won third place in the contest. It's like, it was so hilarious just seeing that character trying to be sexy. So it's always a lot of fun going to all these contests and just seeing some of the contestants. Like, I love watching the masquerade performances. I don't do too much performances myself. Occasionally I will, and I really need to get back into that, especially because World Cosplay Summit requires performances. So I gotta start building up that experience. And it was just fun getting to hang out with the other contestants when I entered in the runway and the Saturday cosplay contests. I didn't win any awards, but it's always great to just see what other people do, because you get to see all their craftsmanship up close versus just from far away on a stage. Because you're always wondering, like, oh, what did they do that the judges picked out a lot? And then seeing it as you're in line, you get to hear them talk about their construction, sort of like you would in a judging session, but now you have plenty of time. You don't have that 2 to 3 minute type of window to learn every information about that cosplay. But I will try again next year. I know I didn't really get to finish the cosplay I wanted to for Galaxycon. I'll have to save it for a different con once I finish it. But I have good vibes. Looking forward to it. And it's always great to choose the hotel that I've chosen because the built-in kitchen, like, I need to eat during cons and I need to remind myself to eat. If you're anything like me and you forget, or you're just too busy, you're like, I don't have time to think about con food, we have to work on that. So it was really fun, and I look forward to upcoming cons too, because the summer season's not over yet and I still have more cons to go to. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.